Alex, you haven't said hello to Jenny. So I told her, I said to her, listen, I said, the carrot is never going to fit in that space. And she just ignored me.
Well, I could put banana there, though.
That's right. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, we're live.
Yeah, say hello to Jenny because she's here. So she feels like you neglected her. You don't say hello anymore.
I'm trying not to encourage you to actually beat me. That's the thing.
Since you moved to Norfolk, you don't speak to Jenny anymore. How don't you love her anymore?
Guess who? Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, guess who? Anyway, welcome to RaddTitan. So this is the collector's chat. This is the weekly chat. This is 347, I believe. We're going to be going over the latest updates of the week. Why. What's that? Sorry, excuse me.
You said 347, I believe, and I was like, well, I just fucking told you 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, but you know, I forget things really, really quickly. Sometimes it's a gift and a curse. So we're going to be going over the latest updates of the week. We're going to be talking about anything that we've got in. As you can see from behind Alex, his display stuff is happening. Business is getting normal. So yeah, we're going to be talking about our week, and then we're going to be going through the latest updates in the community. We've got a few little bits of beef to run through and some other nonsense to clear up, but we'll be getting onto that as we go along. So buckle yourselves in. It's about to get a bit tasty here.
Yeah, put on your seatbelt and enjoy the ride.
How are you, man? You okay?
Yeah, no, I've just been like I'm working my arse off today, trying to get everything done. Making sure everything's sort of done. I'm trying to do your fucking review you sent me. Jesus Christ, man!
What?
It just takes so long the way you've done it. So
how should I have done it?
I don't know. We'll talk about it probably off camera, but you just repeat. Like you do 3 different angles and you repeat exactly what you're kind of saying. And
yeah, but remember remember, even if that's the case, it's always there for you to sort of go over. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I've still got to watch it.
Yes, you should watch it.
No, that's the problem. I have to watch it. But yeah,
good. Watch it. Keep watching it. Keep listening to me. You'll hear me in your sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Other than that, I mean, I was doing the editing today, and then I did my little voiceover, and I was like looking at it, and I'm putting all the clips with no audio on there, and I'm like, all right, I got like 3 minutes and 15 seconds. That's a lot. Okay, good. I start talking, and then I go about 6 minutes, and I'm just like, oh, it's not a lot, is it? and I'm watching it. I'm kind of like I'm trying to be smart, and I'm trying to go, all right, what I'll do is I'll play it, and I'll watch it as I'm talking about it. Yeah, and then I do like the intro about the character, and then I start going, all right, and then you kind of go, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you kind of go like on the base, on the leg, and then all of a sudden you're like, woo! I'm trying, and it's like you're trying to fucking keep me on my toes. I'm like going, oh, the bass is great, the the da-da-da, and the great skin tones, and oh yeah, hair's good too, just all of a sudden it just shoots over there, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
You might have slipped over. There's every chance I might have lost my balance. There was a lot of crouching involved.
Yeah, and a lot of heavy breathing. Like a lot of heavy breathing. There's a lot of it where you're like, all right, I'm just going to get this out of the box. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
It's been a while since I've done any sort of like reviewing. But usually when I take all the stuff out, it's like very nice and quiet in my own mind. It's been a while
since you've done any fucking cardio like that fucking noise. Jesus.
Listen, you're in no position to talk to me about cardio. Don't worry. No. Yeah, no. Well, he can say this now because he said his nose operated on it, so he can breathe now a little bit better.
Breathing back in.
Yeah. He breathes so badly, his fucking top knot fucking rattles behind him.
Anywho, so yeah, got my cases delivered last week or the week before now. It was a while ago actually, wasn't it? But I just started putting them together, I tried to put them on the wall. That didn't go so well, so I came up with another little plan where I worked out that I had these 2 IKEA calyxes. So I had a 4 and a 2, or I mean a 4x2 long and a 2x2 long. And I realized that if I put those against the wall, I can, or a couple of centimeters away from the wall, then I can put them on top of those. and I realised that like 4 of them fit perfectly.
Oh, good.
And absolutely. Well, it's good, but it's also shit because I've got 5 of them. So there's one of them that's up there not being used at the moment.
Okay, well, that's a perfect time to mention our sponsor, Alex. Why don't you do that?
Oh yeah, so yeah, our sponsor is DisplayBox. They are the UK distributors of Modular Space, and they are the ones who have delivered these here, and they actually assembled them beforehand. I don't know if I covered that on the chat last time, but they said that they were considering doing a delivery service where they assemble them. I think they call it a white glove service actually, but
I like that. Nice
yeah,
word.
well, no, I think that's the term. I only found out the other day because I ordered some garden furniture, and it said in small print, white glove service, we will assemble your garden furniture. And I was like, really? Okay. I'm not going to argue with that because it's going to take me 10 times as long to do it. Anyway, so they
it was a little tour around anyway. Show us. Come on. Show us.
Let me see if I can do this. I'm sure this camera's saying. So we got
you can talk about your service using our sponsor, no?
Yeah. So they said they were thinking about doing this service. So I said, hey, why don't you try it out with me? And pushing my luck, and they were like, yeah, we could do that. And I'm like, yeah, get in there because these are a bit of a pain in the ass to assemble. So there we go. So you got
nice.
A couple of little Bowens and the little 4 Frog, I think that is, and the Sleeper by House of Gog, and then you come across Eric Draven there. I can't position it as well. There you go. I've got this horror piece which is I've got off Etsy. The Unboxing Bros Wolverine, some of the fruit, and I've got some wooden fruit with it as well. Batman, he's in there as well, just to try out. It was all about trying to
get how big that fucking piece is, bro. That Batman.
Yeah, well, the thing is this cube. If you look on the base there, I don't know if you can see it. There's the Joker mallet, the custom Joker mallet.
Oh, yeah.
So I was trying to find my Joker because he will fit perfectly in there as well.
Nice.
So that cube is actually really good for it. And then the Spider-Man European exclusive with Silver Eyes. And then I've got some Bowens around that, which are the Electro, the Carnage, the Scorpion, and then I've got the J. Jonah Jameson bust, and then at the top I've got some of those there as well.
Nice.
All the Spider-Man style ones.
So you're just messing about to see how things fit and how to do things at the moment.
Yeah, so it's just basically these are the pieces I had available like around me, and gathering dust. So I just thought, you know what, before I go Singapore on holiday, I'll do that and sort all that.
That was Singapore.
Oh yeah, there was sarcasm behind that. I don't know if you picked up on it. Some people don't pick up on my sarcasm, my dry humor. So yeah, I'm just getting ready to go on holiday and enjoying myself for a short weekend in Singapore, which is a 14-hour flight, 14-hour flight there, and then 14 hours back. So it's all fun and games anyway. But yeah, so DisplayBox, I'll put their link up on the chat.
And they do like next day delivery, don't they?
They're really good, actually. Yeah. So what happened is I've been considering getting Modular Space for a long time. Obviously, one of the things that always puts me off is the fact that they always say it can be up to like a year. And for me, I'm like,
time, bro.
You know what? Yeah. So I've been talking to Ian. He's one of the owners. I've been talking to him about it. And they got their shipment. I've ordered some custom ones as well, which obviously they will take a little while because they have to be customly made. But what they've done is they've actually pre-ordered, a batch of each, filled a container, got it in, and then they'll list them on the website when they have it in stock, and then they'll ship it next day delivery with UPS, I think it is. I can't remember. I can't remember who turned up on my door because they delivered something else to me. And then also, actually, on the other side, I haven't got the light on, and it is facing the other way. I've got one of the monos as well, which is the there. You can just see it there. Let me turn the light on, actually, see if you can see the Venom at the top. But he is facing the wrong way because
is that Fat Venom?
Obviously, yeah. You see it?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It might be a bit bright. Yeah, it might be too bright.
Bright in a good way. I like bright.
Yeah.
Bright,
So this is just in a temporary spot again because I'm just working.
Monos are pretty much like the alternative to Detox, isn't they?
There you go. You can't see him. He's too. Oh.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So this mod the mono is literally it's basically a fancy detoff
With like
and
lights either side of it and stuff like that, isn't it? Like all lights
to
going
go
up and
down
down.
this. Actually, I've got to turn it off. It's well too bright. It's really bright.
Got
This is also
Spidey
really
silver eyes, nice though, man.
Yeah. So sorry, what was I saying? So that's the mono. That's the their equivalent of the DTOF, and I'm going to use that for my 4 Marvel fat characters. They'll fit in there perfectly. I measured them all out, and just try to play around with it. I just wanted to, because it wasn't really planned, but it worked out perfectly. The things I had lying around, obviously, were the mini busts, the life-size bust of Spider-Man.
They've just got all these in, haven't you? The Batman's new, the Spider-Man's new, so they're all new, pretty much.
Yeah, the Wolverine, the horror pieces at the top, and then the anime piece, which is listed as 1/4, but is actually 1/3. He is probably the biggest piece you can get, like base-wise. His base fits in there perfectly.
Nice.
So he
hit the link in the description if you're interested in that sort of thing, especially if you're in Europe and the UK. Because then actually probably might even be able to get it even into the US quicker than you can get it from them at the moment. So you never know.
Well, we're not meant to mention that. We're not meant to mention that, but yeah, they can, but we're not meant to mention it.
Okay. Well, I did mention it then.
Yeah, oops. I just sharing the chat, and I just put the display box link in there and sent it to there you go. That's what happens when I'm trying to multitask.
Yeah, we know.
All right. So so that day came in. That was great. Really, really happy about that. And trying to think what else actually saw come. Did anything else come in? Yeah, the Fat Venom. That's really nice. Got pictures of that in there.
Good.
I got like an email today saying that one of my shipments is ready on Friday, and I'm like, God damn it! I don't know what it is.
What is it?
I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Okay, that'll be fun.
I'm assuming it's the gift I can't talk about. Well, he said don't mention it.
Yeah.
But the original Mr. X. So something's coming then. That's my week really. So, and then also, as I say, we're going to go to Singapore to do this interview with XM. That's going to be interesting. We've got I had the questions already ready about 2 weeks ago. Sent them all across, and just waiting on other things. What do you want to cover first?
I don't know, how does the pictures run?
Dark Cross says the plexiglass for Monja case reflects light. When I film, I take off the front. Yeah, that just seems like a ball ache. I was considering doing that, but I'm not doing that every chat. But if I do a review, I probably will. With the Monja cases, they are great. And when I set these up and had them in the right place and it was all in the right position, I was really, really happy when they were populated. Then I came in the room. I started watching The Gorge, and I got tired in the end. It was all right, but it was
about fucking rocks or some shit.
Gorge is like a valley, isn't
it?
Yeah. But it's that Anna Taylor-Joy, I think her name is, and they're like snipers or something, and then they go into the gorge and it's all these monsters and stuff. Yeah, actually, I'm going to watch the rest of it, but then I was just tired. I came upstairs and I left my lights on, so I came to turn them off. And when the room is pitch black and the lights are on, it looks fucking amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. But the only problem, the problem I have is the fingerprints are non-stop. Like you literally wipe it, and then you're holding it, you're looking in it, and you're wiping it, and then you put it back up, and you're like, there's a big fucking handprint on the bottom. You're like, I didn't even touch that. I didn't touch that bit. Why is there a big handprint there? And then you wipe it again.
Your fucking son is walking about touching your shit.
No, he ain't been in here yet. I'll wait till he is. Yeah. And then I don't like the felt. I mean, I know it looks a bit more premium, but I probably would have just preferred it if it was like just painted. The bases were just painted.
I like the felt
The
thing. I like that. I think it's a lovely finish.
It is nice, but the dust, the hair.
So how does the chat format line up? What's our first sort of thing we're going into?
We can. I mean, the order that I got them in on my pictures and stuff.
Reverse it. That's all.
You're going to say you're going to reverse it?
No. I'm talking to Jenny. She asked me what that be. It's electric cars reversing.
Oh, I thought you were being a cunt, and basically I said, "Oh yeah, I'll tell you the order I've got my stuff," and then you go, "Yeah, I'm going to reverse it."
You really think the worst of me, bro?
Well, you have your moments. So the first thing I've got, which actually has dirty fingerprints all over it and fluff all over the felt, is the Fat Venom.
Cool.
So we start off with the good stuff that we got in. I'll send you a link to a cleaner that works great for scratches and prints and static. Well, I did actually scratch this side already. So yeah, that really help, Evan. I appreciate that. Sorry, let's look at I've been looking at the comments, but let's just go through them anyway.
Sure.
Leon, Alex has recovered from building module case. I didn't build them, but putting the shelves together, just all I did was the shelves and peeling the plastic off the front of them, literally, and the plastic off the shelves. I've done four shelves. 3 of them were like, whoo, and they just come off straight away, and it was like great. I was like, oh yeah, that's so pleasant. The last cunt, fucking son of a bitch, literally like that. Literally every like 11 bit was less than half an inch.
Left-handed ET fingers is like, I've seen you try and open sellotape. It's like fucking watching it's the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life. I've got no nails as well.
Oh no, I got no nails. I've got no nails at all, man. But then that and putting the shelves up, it was just trying to get them straight and then trying to do this and that. It was just, yeah, it's not fun. It's really not fun. Chris in the house, how you doing? Dark Cross Module Cakes is good. Cheers, man. Evening, Stuart, how you doing? Evan in the house. Setup looks good. Room tour. I think the room tour's a little way off. I still need to do quite a bit, and I'm going to be getting a whole wall. I think they've delayed it now to August, so yeah, we'll see. Movie Collector 84. Evening, guys. Looks great, Alex. Thank you. Cola Man in the house. How you doing?
Yo.
Someone has a fancy new background. Oh yeah, thank you. Cases look great. Thanks, everyone. Evening all. How you doing, Nick? I was trying to figure out what is the chest on the Spider-Man bus, but it's a reflection of your screen. There's a wee Alex there waving about. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the Electro to start with, but yeah, it's me. Huku's decided to finally show up. Were we late? Oh yeah, I posted that we were going to go on yesterday by mistake.
Did you?
Yeah. How you doing, your vision? Good to see you. Dark Cross Plexiglass. I don't know if I can. Yeah, again, I don't know if I can bother to do that. Curious what that white cabinet thing you got all those module cases on, holding the weight like a champ. They're Kallaxes from IKEA, and they're meant to take each, like 2 is meant to take 25 kilos. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to screw some brackets and stuff in them just to strengthen them up. It's only a temporary thing. I'm not going to fill them up with anything crazy. That Spider-Man bust is like not as bad as the Wolverine, but it's pretty light. The heaviest thing in there
was so light it was floating. It was like fucking helium was in it.
1K equals clean display. Send you that. Yep, do send. Yeah, you need to be careful when you show on your screen because the reflection. Yeah, I know that trick. I'm not doing that again. I'll take it back then. Hey guys, what's up? Bart in the house. Not like he'd turn up to a live.
Hey brother.
Alex needs to go to the barber. Yeah, way overdue. It's down to about here, I think now. It's getting long. All right. So should we do this?
Yeah, let's go, man. I'm
All
happy to do it.
Down to the. I think it's that one. Is that right? Yeah, that's it. Share screen. And we want to do that one and that one.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
That's
so this
cool.
is the Fat Venom by Sosa Collectibles. This is the fourth one in their Marvel line. So they did the Wolverine, they did the Deadpool, they did the Spider-Man, and now the Venom. They've been talking about doing some other characters for a while. They did show the Ghost Rider, which looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Let's talk about Venom first of all. He was a bit like to put together. He had quite a lot of bits. All the cheese comes off. Once you figure out where it goes, it does actually, like the magnets just, you're a bit like, oh, God, really? And then you go like that and the magnet just goes, like, takes off you and puts it in place. So it's pretty good.
Awesome. Yeah, it looks fantastic. I love the translucent tongue as well on the video that you sent.
Yeah, I had to sort of take it off and do that. And also you get the little card with it, which I don't think I included in the picture. It says, don't let the ugly in people destroy you or something. I can't remember what it says now. But well, the other one says the one of them says something about don't let your smile. I can't remember. They say something about smile. It's always like positive comments anyway.
Oh, I like it, man. I like that kind of messaging. It's cool.
Yeah. So this is really, really cool. And what it is basically the cheese is like replacing the kind of normally where you have the saliva or you have the symbiote. So it's kind of replacing that to it. When I first saw the concept, I wasn't really sold on it. And it really did grow on me over time. It was one of those things where I was a bit like, oh, this is a bit busy.
Yeah, you already got a couple of them in it as well, so it helps you can put them together.
Yeah. So really like clean paint, no damages.
Looks fantastic. Looks really nice.
Good. Even like all these bits come off, and the joints are pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. The magnet, so on the one I had, the magnets all just pulled it in place, and the tongue is attached. You can actually see a bit here where kind of tongue goes in. You just see like where this goes in, but it's not bad. Not bad considering
how translucent it is there. The light looks great, man. Tongue.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't think I took a picture of that. But,
I like the tongue and the mouth and the head of it. Looks brilliant. I love the fact it's got a bit of blues going through it too.
I mean, it is quite a lot of blue, like quite a lot of purple in it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I like that though.
I mean, yeah, it's different, and even got a bit of pinks in it as well. And the kind of in the front of the neck here, there's a bit of pinks. So it's not just like where people just do it black.
Congrats, man, it looks great.
Yeah, no, happy with it. And it's pretty heavy as well. This then is their next one, which is their anniversary piece, which is the Ghost Rider. So they're going to do this in
with the marshmallows. Wicked, like
apparently, if you shine, UV light, it basically it will glow up as well.
Brilliant.
Like that,
I like that. Yeah, but that's the red one, isn't it?
You got the blue and you got the red. Yeah.
Nice.
Really, really cool. Really nice. So
it doesn't actually light up. You just put the blue. Does it light up?
Yeah, it lights up and it's got like UV paint.
Wow, that's cool, man.
Yeah. And I mean, the Venom was quite cheap. I mean, I think
worthy of an anniversary piece, isn't it? This.
Yeah, Venom was like $250.
Wow,
so it's affordable. Yeah. But yeah, this looks great. Really, gonna order this one for sure. And apparently, if you got the Venom, apparently I can't remember, it was 3 or 4 people. They got like a golden ticket where they won a Ghost Rider.
Oh, that's brilliant! Yeah, what up?
So yeah, really nice.
I like the blue
remind me what we're doing today. Questions are in. So XM. Not all questions will be asked. Has Sosa lost his mind? And Ghost Rider versus Ghost Rider. So
nice.
Let's see what the comments are saying. You go to a barber. That's why I didn't put glass on my custom builds. Way too much, the glare. Evening, gents. What's happened yesterday? That was my fault. We were always meant to be going live on Wednesday, and when I did the StreamYard setup, I did it for the day, so it's totally my fault.
Look at you taking accountability. Appreciate that.
I can't even. I'm trying to remember what I selected to go on to first.
Don't care. Let's go.
Oh, it's my display. There you go. This was before I filled up a bit more, and before I put some pictures above them. Before the what's it called?
It's cracking, I've done it with a light.
No.
Real nice. Love that backdrop.
This was taken on Mary's phone, and iPhones actually handle low light much better than Samsung.
Oh, baby.
So yeah, so it's still your piece. So your pieces are in.
Yeah. So I got in. I got these in a little while ago, but I've just managed to do a couple of reviews out and send them over to Alex and stuff. So I got the Extra Resin Storm. Came in. This is the Savage Land Storm. So this is the So this is the So this is my unboxing. Took a few pictures of the bits and pieces that you obviously get in the box.
Great detail on the fingernails there. Just noticed, really like, because sometimes they'll fuck up the fingernails.
It's really well done, and they're not they're not like glossed and shit as well. So they look really good. Now you got these here, so you got this quite a complex sort of situation across the top half of her, and when you're trying to put it together, the assembly video that I watched is some Chinese guy doing it, and he's doing it from behind. So I can see her ass, and he's doing in front of her, and I can't see what he's doing.
He's doing her ass.
So I had to look at it.
Sounds like one of the videos I was watching.
Yeah, I bet it was.
It wasn't a Chinese guy, though.
So I had to work it out, and it took me a little second to sort of work it out. It's basically the way that they've done it. I can't tell you from this picture, but it basically interlock into each other. And you have to put them in the right order. This is the lightning net. One of the poses. That's the cape that goes on the back of her.
Also, I want to say I love the way you give me fucking directions on the video.
But I don't know.
You kind of you're a bit like, oh yeah, so the cape all goes together. And then you actually you say yourself, you go, but I'll put pictures of that in there. Meaning, Alex, do that when you edit this.
Yeah, I sent you the pictures. I made it simple enough. Idiot proofed it for you.
Well, you also sent me 22 videos, which I need to sort through.
Yes, you're welcome. Keep going.
And also, one of them I managed to recover because you had your finger over the mic.
Oh, nice.
But what I did was I then cancelled out the left mic and then duplicated the right mic.
Next picture. He's just a little fucking bitch, isn't he? Whingy little bitch.
Are your lights warm in your room you're in now? Are they warm?
Yeah, it's mixed of both. Yeah, why?
Oh, okay, because this looks quite yellow.
No, but the sort of bone structure of that thing is a little yellow.
Okay.
So it is. I mean, it's got yellow and sort of lighter shades to it as well. So it's like contrast in the teeth and the skull part. They're not the same color, which I really like. Because whenever you've seen a true skull, an animal skull, the teeth are not the same color as the skull. And they've done that really well on that. And this is the switch out left hand that holds the lightning. So with it, you get like a switch out of arms, one arm switch out, and then the two heads. So yeah, really good skin tones on this. Probably one of the best I've ever seen. Certainly, for a black character, like a black statue. I've never seen one with such detailed skin tones. Never ever. So
they normally go a bit like purpley or just too dark.
I've maintained, and I've said it many times, I've never seen a black character done justice, really. I don't think they get their skin tones right at all. And this is the best I've ever seen. Like, genuinely, there is so many shades. There's lights and darks. There's contouring. It just looks fucking epic, man. It really is one of the best looking female statues I've ever seen. And then portraits are fucking magic. To get the priest, I always say priestess one, but you got that one with the sort of like she's a little bit more sort of refined in that sort of looking, classy looking, and she's got more of a nonchalant face. The other one's
Just
a little bit
Jarhead said this makes me look forward to the next storm they're working on.
Yeah.
Richard
I
goes
think I'm going to grab
doing?
myself a Psylocke to go with this because Psylocke really looks nice. And by the way,
Dante, this is what I was laughing about. Sorry.
I've just got to say this for clarity. I'm a moderator on this group, and what happened is I get told, like on the last day where they're like, right, we're ready to ship, so it's final payments and shipping, right? So after that happens, I basically get told, the group will say something like, like a couple of weeks later, like 10 days later, it's like the 3 people have ghosted. So if you want this piece, like contact me, or so I was like, I managed to get this piece in because I got one of the ones that basically went available because the last payment wasn't paid for. So at the moment there is 1 or 2 of these left now, and the price is about like 900 USD now, and it retailed at 1250. So if anybody wants to get still on this, you need to hit me up because they're not going to last long. They're going to go. But it's on the
I was
group.
just saying that Dante Dis's comment says immediately I knew Sosa was full of shit because in the past 10 years you never once you mentioned the fact I'm retarded.
No. You've got the receipts to prove it, I assume.
yeah, got the screenshots to prove that. So yeah, had to be read out, that one. So no, beautiful piece, and that was the thing as well. Is I'm like talking about the base and stuff, and you just like zoom up to the arse and the tits, and I'm like, okay,
Probably don't want to give you too much time. So this is the thing I'm talking about. You can see here, like on the neck bit, there's a thing there, the hyper seam that it sort of inserts in, and you see how there's that gap in between the 2 capes. So you go to another couple of pictures, you can see that's how it sort of sits, and then you add this piece into the sort of like corner of it, and it sort of goes underneath her arm, and there you can see there's another key inside the key. You see that into that arm. So look at the key that goes in, and there's a little notch out of it. Something else goes into that. So then when you set it all up together, you're like there, you can see it in that arm. It looks like that. So therefore, the bit that goes across with all the nice sort of emerald coloured stones and the teeth, they sort of like clip in underneath the other side, and then the other bit goes underneath the other bit. So it sort of like interlocks into each other. But when all put together, it looks absolutely mint. It looks really good. I mean, it's quite complex.
Richard Gofier is asking if it's 1.35
no,
scale.
It's 1/4 scale. I don't know if I've included the picture here with it next to my Colossus, but it's a 1/4 scale female.
Apparently, there's one selling on the Facebook groups, RaddTitan Facebook group.
I have no idea.
£900. Nice engineering.
Yeah, it is.
The boots are great as well.
Yeah, they've got like the soles as well, like the white stitched in soles.
Yeah.
Very clever. But she's a very sexy piece, man. See the contour in there on the skin. Look at the shades in that skin. There's about, I don't know how many shades there are there, but there's a lot of fucking shades in there. There's all kinds of contour and colours, shine and lights and darks. Brilliant. So really nice, man.
I do agree with you. The only kind of critique is that the vines could be a bit more pronounced.
Would have changed the colour. If it was said to me, I would have said like, put in some sort of like either darker green or like a really light brown. Really get the contrast away from the rocks, because they're too similar for me. The only downside that I could literally find, other than that, you'd pay that money. I'm telling you now, you'd pay that money for the portrait alone.
Yeah.
And there's fun for the thing. And Jenny's so brilliant. She's walked in and when she see it, she was like, "A man sculpted that." A man came up with that idea. I'm like, why? He's like, because he's left a perfect hole where her arse is on. That's a big cape. And I was like, you know what? She makes a fucking great point. It is literally perfect. It's the perfect shot. Thanks, babe. Clarifying.
That's with the light in the hand.
Yeah, I prefer the wilder portrait with the really flowing hair and the lightning. That's the portrait I prefer. The more pissed look. I don't know why. Just I think that's the look. But this is a very nice portrait as well. She has pupils as well. They're like white, so you can sort of see that she has pupils, and you can see what direction she's looking at, which is really cool. They didn't just, they didn't just white out her eyes completely. She has pupils, and they're just a slight off white to the back of the white.
There's something Beyonce about that statue.
Which is it?
Something a bit Beyonce about that statue.
Jenny thinks it's what did you say it was?
John Legends one.
Oh, Tegan. She says it looks like Tegan. Chrissy Teigen.
No idea.
Face, John Legend's missus. She's like Asian sort of looking. I think it might be black. I'm not sure. She's black. I don't know. I don't know where she's from, but might be.
Comes up with Chrissy Mack when I type in Chrissy Teigen.
Mixed race, yeah, mixed. She could be Asian. I don't know her. I don't know her. I don't know her ethnicity. But Jenny was like, "Yeah, that's her. That looks like her." And I'm like, "Cool. Show me. Where is she? Here you are. Where is she? Let's have a look."
I don't think it looks like her really.
Nah, she's full of shit. Don't look nothing like.
Yeah.
Don't look like her, man.
Don't look even like her. Yeah, fucking idiot.
Yeah, fucking fruit. Yeah. Bringing me your feminine mind into our equation.
I'm fucking talking on our chat with your fucking fraff.
Samurai.
I like that size. You see, there you are. So you get an idea there of the sort of size. So yeah, she's a good size. I mean, if you're going to put it next to a Wolverine, obviously Storm is bigger, but she's bigger than Wolverine anyway. If you're going to put it next to Cyclops, very similar. So, unfortunately, my Cyclops is like crunched because it's the XM version, where he's like crouching. And
I believe this group only does 1/4 now. The earlier pieces were 1/3/5.
The reason for that was that they were using like Franco for a lot of like sculpts and stuff. So he does 1.35 traditionally. That's his sort of his scale it's Franco Carissimo scale is 1.35. But they're not using him. They're using like other people at the moment. So it's all 1/4 scale coming at the moment. Which is a good size.
In the house, how you doing? It's Lisa Left Eye Lopez, apparently.
Good. That's a good shout. It's a good shout. Yeah. What I'm glad though is it doesn't look like Rihanna. I see a lot of Storms and they look like Rihanna. And I think she's rough.
So well, that's Lisa Left Eye Lopez, so.
No, I've seen pictures of Lisa Left Eye Lopez from years ago.
But these are when she's really young, like really young.
Meant to look like anybody. She meant to look like a comic character. I mean, they don't do that. What the sculptor actually does is he uses a lot of different people to get the right sort of look that is similar to Storm. So there'll be cheeks of one person, nose of somebody else, forehead of somebody else. It'll all be mixed together to make an amalgam.
I had that conversation when I was looking at some pieces. And
it's not the best parts of someone, not the worst parts, woman.
This is just, I just had this piece out. There was a guy on the.
Dude, your angle pitch is shit. You'll be looking up at that. It's an upward picture of that.
Yeah, I mean, I took it because it was like he wanted pictures of the heads.
Nice.
The heads are really nice. This head is the lightest head I've ever felt in my life. It's so light. It's really light, yeah. That feels like it's made of fucking helium. But it looks great. I mean, they look really good. The heads.
I like that.
I think the actual Wolverine.
Wicked.
I think the Wolverine figures. The figure is really nice. The problem is it's just the base. The elements of the base are good, but it's just too like neatly stacked. It's just. There's rocks and then there's a car door and then there's.
But when you get them sort of imperfections, it gives you an opportunity to fuck with them. So maybe just chuck some shit in there just to change it. Chuck some fucking heads or some fucking clothes or some mixed media or something. Okay, good. So we're on to this bit. This is a good bit. So this is Sideshow have announced their Ghost Rider. Now they're doing. I think they're calling this. Is this the classic one? Is that what they're calling it?
This is the new one is classic variant.
Yeah, the new one is the classic variant. They put a little bit of profit on this. They've added a bit of money to this now, which I'm not too keen about. I'm not too happy about that. To be honest with you, if you are going to do a variant, I think it should be put at the same price. I don't, because it's too close. There's not enough time that's elapsed between the two of them, I think, to raise it like that.
Yeah, it's not enough to kind of justify and say, well, you know, factories and...
No, that's a load of shit. I think they know that the Ghost Rider was popular and it did very well. There's a little bit of that naughtiness going on there. What do you think? I mean, when I look at this, you know, I know that people are going to be a bit pissed, but what do you think?
In all honesty, if I was to get one, I'd probably get the classic one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the classic. I really like the spikes.
I think the thing about the classic one as well is, you know, it looks good when it's turned off as well.
Yeah, they've sort of corrected that.
I mean, from the Sideshow pictures, I don't know how well it's going to look in hand, but the other one, as we see from pictures, is it looks phenomenal when it's lit up, but then when it's not, it doesn't. You know, it just looks a bit lackluster. Yeah. So, you know, that's the one thing I'm kind of looking at here.
I think when you look at those side by side, I don't think you can argue.
Yeah. Well, you're saying the new one or the old one?
Really hard. I would like the one on the left, but with the spikes. You like all them.
Well, that's
spikes
the thing as well. Is like, you know, so the classic version, is still limited edition to be decided. So normally when they do a variant, it's here's this variant. It's 100 pieces. It's, you know, they normally do that. So with this, they've kind of gone, okay, well, here we go. We're going to leave it open. So, you know, this is...
got to really announce that, haven't you? If you're going to do that, you've got to really announce the number. Yeah.
And I think I fucked up that. So there you go. So basically that is, you know, the two versions. And the price went up by $140. And
I don't think that's quite inflation, to be honest. That's a little high.
Yeah, and especially when, you know, the arguably the newer one is an easier piece to produce because it hasn't got the spikes. Those spikes are going to break. Those spikes are going to cause a lot of issues. They're going to cause a lot of QC. They're going to cause a lot of returns potentially or complaints. So if you just take all those spikes off, you're saving yourself a lot of headache. And you're still making it more expensive. They both light up. I
do agree, though. The unlit looks better.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt, the paint on it looks better.
Mm.
But I have to say that
what does the chat say? What are people in the chat here? Do they think the classic version or the original? So let's have a look here. So quite a few comments came in there. Sorry. Dave Wolf and there's Reed Bar, on the base. God damn it. Storm looks like a black China. Looks nothing like China, but George well fancied China. Leon is going for classic.
Everybody.
Dante Dis. If you're telling me the head is lighter than Sideshow Pinhead portrait, it must float. It's pretty damn... I'm going to weigh it. It's pretty damn light, I'm telling you. I can't decide which version I like more. I like the Premium's bike and the skull more, but the Classic's biker jacket. Yeah. Is it true Ghost Rider variant lights up as well? It does.
Yeah, they all light up.
The screen lit up. Yep.
Yeah, we've got pictures of it.
Classic lights up. Yep. I like the spikes, but the Classic colors better. Yeah. That's exactly what George said. You Scots think alike. I think Ryan's Scott comment, his wee comment earlier. I go Classic personally. Yep. They blame the increase on tariffs. Oh yeah, that old fucking chest. I agree. Classic looks amazing, but no lights. Not sure.
No,
No, it does light
up.
up. No, sorry, we were saying. Oh, sorry, I was saying that it looks better when it's like not lit up compared to the other one.
There are pictures. I have sent pictures of it lit up, so you will see pictures of it lit up. It does light up. That's to make that abundantly clear.
It's a dick move by Sideshow for sure. Classic seems to be winning here. So the thing is a lot of people are voting for Classic, and that means that
they did it right.
Is there anyone in the chat who got the original one and is pissed off by the fact that they didn't get the Classic, or the fact that Sideshow pulled this shit and they got one and wanted it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Great question.
Hey guys, I've never caught you live before, but usually watch you next morning. Great to see you live. Thanks.
Thanks for coming.
What I'm actually trying to do as well is I'm trying to put the live streams on Spotify as well. So I'm trying to upload them there, and then they go across to Apple and to Amazon. So I'm going to try and do that from now on. I'm just trying to work out a way of, we've got nearly 350 shows, and a way of, putting them on there. But also, I may need to kind of run them through something to try and balance out the audio. So I'm just trying to work it out. And also, if I start listing episode 346, 47, and then all of a sudden number one, I don't know how Spotify or Apple kind of sort that. If they sort by date, it's going to be a fucking jumble. Classic with the spikes, I agree, Gio. I like the Classic more, but I've taken off the wish list due to the price. In the UK, after shipping and tax, it'll be $1,700 plus. Fuck that. Movie Collector 4 Classic, but I didn't order as I don't agree with the price increase and no edition size, as it felt like a cash grab. I think if they should have done,
it doesn't look like that, sadly.
I think they should have done it as a low run.
That's what I had to do. Like when they did with Batman or with one of their characters, like release the variant, just do 100 of them. Make it clear from the very off. Be as transparent as possible. Be like, look, this is it. We're doing 100 run, and that's how we're going to handle our variants going forward.
Yeah, it's like the
this to be decided shit on top of it. You're taking the piss.
They put less effort in and charge $150 more. They have better paint. The head looks a bit like Rocky Dennis. It's a bit harsh.
Love Rocky Dennis.
Situation all over again. I would be seriously pissed. I'd be seriously pissed because obviously, given the choice, it appears the Classic would win. So it's kind of dick. Sort new videos. Sort one, but add B at the end. So it shows this restart. I think the other way of doing it as well is you sort of start off with the new one as series, I don't know, series 7 or something like that. Say you put them in 50s, and then when you go back, you do series 1 for the others.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think that's the other way of doing it, and I think it sorts by series. So that was the
1 to 50 series 1. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out, but it's still going to take a long time to do anyway. Activists. Okay. New subs. Is that a new sub? I think he said. Thank you. If that's what it says. If it doesn't, then yeah. Let's close that one and close that one there and just go through them. So, I mean, I think Classic is a better one, but I do agree the spikes are cool. But I just think there's more work in the original one. So there's
definitely more contrast in there. There's definitely more contrast, and the Ghost Rider is much clearer, and is the skull. See, that's them both lit up. See,
yeah, great light effect.
It's one of the best lights there is out there. There's no question about it. It's spectacular light up.
Question. I have a question. Is XM owner of Amiga Beast? Are there a problem? I've never heard of Amiga Beast. Never heard of Amiga Beast. That does sound smarter, but like I said, I'm retarded. Evening, lads. Nice to hear you finally display your statues in your house. Only a few of them, but yeah, we're getting there. The Classic will go better with comics. Two of you display them. The only thing that bugs me with the classic is the white skull is darker flames. Lit up, it looks sweet, but turning off those lights. Only thing bugs me with the classic as well. I think the white skull kind of makes it better with this one because obviously you can display it lit, without the lights on.
You display the other one with the lights on. It's just that I actually, there's something that has to be mentioned, which I was saying, and you sort of cut me off, but it was that the prototype of this, when this was shown by Sideshow, it was a lot more. It was a lot sharper. I think it means
turning the subtitles of the video closed caption. I think you can't do it live. I don't know because I think it comes on after.
Are you interrupting me again?
Sorry, someone was asking about
again. You understand? Okay.
Right. Stop
when I'm saying a point, don't interrupt me again. I just said when the prototype was released of the first one from Sideshow, the paint actually was a lot crisper, where you had a lot of separation between the Ghost Rider and the bike. But since the production pieces come out, what they do is they switch all the pictures. That's what they do on their website. It's a very strange thing that they do. The prototype, once the production is out, the prototype pictures are removed. And then they put on production pictures for all of it, even older pieces. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what they do. So then you only have the reference of the production piece now. But when the prototype was out and the pictures were on there, the paint was better. So really, it's very hard because we say now that the paint looks better on the classic, but you're still judging a prototype versus a production piece. So you have a problem. We have to see how that production piece paint comes out and whether it's as clear as it seems at the moment. Because on the Ghost Rider originally, it wasn't. It was a lot clearer before. Certainly the skull and the flames and the man, the human portrait.
Also yes, I was going to say, but also the other version, the original version, has a human portrait where it's transforming.
Yeah, but that's what they're doing with their variants, aren't they? Their variants at the moment are having no switch outs. The Batman, they did the same. Blue Batman has got two heads.
Again, that's like the price should be more expensive. Then it's less. You get less pieces.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the number needs to be lower, and I think you should match the price really for the most part. I think that's how you keep everybody happy.
Mummy and Daddy are fighting. I ordered Wolverine from the Mega Beast, and I want to know: do you mean legendary beasts? Ricardo?
Surely. It has to be.
There's no financial problem with them that we know of at the moment. There's no situation. They're releasing new pieces if it's legendary piece. Yeah, and I think this piece looks great.
Yeah. So yeah, I saw that up there.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's nice, man. It's a great light up. There's no doubt about it. It does look better. It does look better unlit. So, what's that?
I thought it'd be bigger than 21 inches.
Well, the bike is sort of half submerged, isn't it? He's sort of on one knee, sort of on it. So it's a hard one, that one. I've had people say it's a bit underscaled, though. That's not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I don't know. I just would have assumed at least 25 or so. I don't know.
Didn't he? He said that it's underscaled.
Gooch. Okay.
Yeah, Gooch got in. He said it was underscaled. So I would trust him because he doesn't ever lie.
Yeah. Okay. That moves on to the other thing then. Do you want to move on to that?
Sure. Let's go.
You ready? Do you want to start off with the screenshot or? Yeah,
let's put it up. I think it needs to be shown.
So basically, this was sent to us, and it's a screenshot from a comment from Sosa. So
it's a comment that was made in a group that me and Alex are not a part of, so we couldn't answer this. So it was very tactically placed into another group which we are not in, where a lot of the people have a little bit of an umbrage with us. So yeah.
So I'm just pouring my drink.
You pour, lad. You pour. Anyway, yeah. So this was actually sent to us by a few people, and obviously, to say it's disgusting is to say the least, and is absolutely a fundamentally a massive, big fucking lie. Go on, read it.
So read it first.
Yeah, okay. Read it.
So RaddTitan are scumbags. They said horrible things about my kid with Down syndrome, then hid it. When I lashed out, they tried to smear me. They are the epitome of losers. The bearded guy, whatever his name is, which he clearly knows my name, can't hold a job for any company for the crap he pulls. I feel sorry for their company. I think it's meant to be any company that hires him. He's a pariah. I'm glad someone is finally saying something against them. All they do is leech off people. And yes, if you're reading this after you boys send your screen caps of me, of this very comment, I know that I'm saying it to your face and publicly. Well, you're not saying it to your face because saying it in a group we're not in. Unlike you starting fake accounts and attacking me in client portals on social media, then hiding when called out. Well, firstly, I've never created a fake account.
Me either.
Secondly, I've been asked. Well, should we get on that afterwards?
I think it's important to give this a little bit of substance first. This is actually started from a group where basically we got a bit of criticism for Alex going over to speak to XM. This is where this started. But the issue really we have to get into, firstly, when this happened and this was posted, I straight away contacted Eric Sosa on Messenger, and I had some frank words to say to him. We had a conversation, and I basically said, how fucking dare you, and why you show me. You've made this statement, now show me. He went across the same way that he went through the group that was there, which when they were asking, if they're disgusted, if they're that, please show us, they need to be exposed. His thing was, I'm not getting into it. I'm not talking about them anymore. I don't want to waste any more time on them. Let's forget the fact that he's actually brought this up and he's actually taken the time to write this down and accuse us of something, and then goes on later on to talk many more pages, many more minutes and hours of his time discussing, but won't share the screenshots. And he won't share the screenshots because they don't exist. The truth is, if this guy had screenshots of me and Alex saying anything disgusting, we would have shared it in every single place that he physically could have, and with every employer that he could have. He would have shared that every single place that he can. And he hasn't because it doesn't exist. Now, I want to just make something abundantly clear here. Don't forget that we actually are fathers ourselves. And how a man can say that about somebody else that is untrue is absolutely fucking disgusting. And I actually got really angry in the first instance and spoke out, spoke to him. And then he did the same thing. He was basically like, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not discussing this with you. I'm not, and I said, just show me. You're saying that this is what you've got. You're saying a friend sent you something. Show me it. Show me what you've got then. Share it everywhere and let's go. And when that didn't happen, I lost my shit a little bit. And I weren't like too happy with the situation. So I basically, I told him quite frankly that I'm going to catch up with him in the US. I'm going to break both his fucking arms. That's what I said. I'm not going to lie about this situation. I said, you don't, as a man, because you don't make them you don't say them kind of things to another man. And that's with the aim of trying to do us some type of damage. And the sad thing about it is that, on this channel, he's mentioned many times in a positive way. Even last week, we brought up the Punisher that he sculpted, which is magnificent. We maintain all the time. We've reviewed the Ryu from prototypes and the Akuma from prototypes, and we say they're the best versions of those characters on the market, made by anybody in any scale. So he gets a lot of positivity, but he chooses to only focus on the negatives. He only chooses to focus on when we criticize him. And you know what's sad? The sad part is the truth of what happened between us and Eric Sosa is really clear, because we have all the receipts and the proof, which is he reached out to us and he asked us, after a lot of lovely comments that he even made about us and things that he said about us being stand-up guys, the community desperately needs you at this time, you're brutally honest and it needs that and all of this stuff. And he asked us to help promote his Street Fighter line. And he said to us, I want to send you all my Street Fighter stuff. Are you up for reviewing the stuff? And we were like, of course we are. Can we say what we really think? And he said, I wouldn't have it any other way. And that was the agreement. And it was fine. And we were friends. And there's no problem. Then I don't know what happened with Alex, but Alex decided to do a review of a 1/6 scale Wolverine. Show the picture, please. He decided to review this 1/6 Wolverine. He actually did this on his own because I don't know if maybe I wasn't available. But this is the piece that he reviewed that Sosa sculpted. Now, he panned this piece. He didn't like it. He made a lot of comments about what he didn't like about it, right? As a result of that, Eric Sosa then decided to smear us all over the place about being bullies, about being dishonest, and about that we reached out to him and we said, you know, send us statues. You need to send us stuff. We want stuff. Send us stuff. And then we basically...
What happened as well was, so I did the review, and I think his messages were first. I think he cancelled on the arrangement first.
Well, no, the arrangement, it was the arrangement was then he said that he'd sold too many Akumas and he couldn't like send us one.
I think that was before the Wolverine, no?
No, I don't think so. But it doesn't really. This is what caused it. It caused him to go after us publicly here, and as a result of him going after us publicly and calling us loads of names and sharing conversations, but only sharing edited, like, you know, like where you cut off the responses, you cut off what you say, you show little bits of the conversation to try and make a person look bad. That's what he did. So then we had to go out and we had to show all of the conversation, and he looked awful. And as a result, you know, many people reached out to us and said, look, don't take it personally. You know, this is the type of person he is. He's a bitter, twisted little man who literally can't take any criticism or anyone talking about him in a negative way about anything. So, and, you know, and then therefore he created this nightmare where more people came forward to us, people that are company owners, people that are CEOs, people that are art directors. They reached out to us and told us about the shit things that he has done while working with them. And there's a lot of things. So then basically he created that. Like, we got all this stuff told to us about what kind of person he was. So now that's out there, what kind of shit person he is. But if you go back to the comment, the sad part about this is if you read it, see, at first I got really angry because it's untrue, right? And then what happened is that Eric Sosa basically told me, and this is where it gets hilarious, after I threatened to break his arms. Now I just want to make it abundantly clear. I mean that I'm going to catch him at the con. I'm going to put a camera in his face and I'm going to put a waiver in his face. And I'm going to say, if I said these horrible things about your child, like you're suggesting, I suggest that we jump into a ring or a cage and we settle it like men. Now, I know for a fact that that guy is 100%, even if I was to barge past him by accident, I think he'd fall down, pretend I'd really hurt him and have me arrested on the spot. Because as soon as I said I'm going to do that, he literally ran to Facebook straight away. And he was like, I'm going to go to the police and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do all these things. FBI. And then he started to say to me, and I had to remind him, I said, listen, while you're speaking to your solicitor, I said, please talk to your solicitor about libel, because you've basically accused us of these horrible things on a public group, publicly to everyone. I said, and these claims are unfounded. They're completely false. I said, so check that first. Then he come back and he said to me, this is what's going to happen. You're not going to speak to me. You're going to block me. I'm like, why am I going to block? I don't understand. Right? You block. Okay. And it's like, you know, you're not going to mention me. I'm not going to mention you. I'm going to edit my comment and all of this bollocks. But he hasn't edited anything. He's still out there saying that this horrible fucking thing about us, which is completely false, by the way. And if you did have it, you would post it everywhere. Let's be honest.
Absolutely everywhere.
If Eric Sosa said something horrible about my children, other than the fact I would privately have a proper discussion again, I would absolutely be like, look, this is who he is. If you want to see it, that's who he is. So I don't think he would show me any mercy, and he wouldn't show you any mercy either. So the bottom line is that he hasn't fucking, you know, he hasn't really shown himself in any glory here. And if you read the words, it's actually very telling, because what he says here is that we obviously must, you know, according to him, we said something horrible about his disabled child, his Down syndrome child, right? And then he's excusing his behavior as a result of it. So he's saying that he lashed out. So he's basically saying, as a dad, sat my end of my tether and I just lashed out and I was unreasonable. You know, I attacked them and then they smeared me for it. So he's basically, what he's doing there is he's sacrificing his own child to excuse his shit behavior. Instead of saying, you know, whatever, we fell out about a statue or a review or something pathetic, which it is. he is making it like an excuse for his shit behavior because he went absolutely nuclear when that happened as a result. So he's basically, and I said to him, I hope you can look your baby in the eye. I hope you look at that beautiful face and you look at that child and you know that you threw that fucking child under the bus to try to excuse your shit behavior and to try and hurt somebody else. You wouldn't know if my child had any sort of disabilities or problems. You wouldn't know online. It's not your fucking business to know. I'm not going to go around talking about what my kids are going through or what they're doing. This isn't a place for that. And I certainly am never going to use them to fucking score points against another human being. I don't need to do that. I'm going to have the discussion like a man. I'm going to tell you what you did and how I feel about it, and we can discuss it. And Sosa has not blocked me. So the weird thing is, if I did these horrible things or you did these horrible things, I'd be blocked. Why am I not?
I think I blocked him a while ago.
I don't block people because I always like the dialogue to be remaining open, that people can speak to each other. I have a lot of respect for a lot of his work. He's done some magnificent pieces of work and he's got a lot of praise. But as a person, it's a fucking shocking bit of behavior. To try and threaten me with all this legal shit and try and threaten me I'm going to go to the police and the FBI and all of this nonsense. You know, the hilarity of it is you have opened up. You have come for us publicly, in writing, making up lies. If anybody should be threatening legal action, it should be me. But you know what? That's not my style. I'm not going to threaten anybody with any. I'm going to handle it myself. I'm going to catch up with you. I'm going to make it my business to get to them American cons, and I'm going to be looking for you. And we have a serious conversation about it. Because I won't have anybody say such heinous lies. You know what's better about this? What the real fucking hilarity is? Because he doesn't know you and he doesn't know me at all. It's a stupid lie. You know why? If he knew you, like I know you, he would know that you took, 10, 12 weeks of your life and you went over and you did the summer camp for disabled children. Well, what state were you in? Where did you go?
No, that's two separate ones. That's I did Camp America, but I did it's called Active Venture. I did that in Aylesbury. I did that for several periods of a week. So I was there for a week and stayed on site and looking after children with different conditions, and it provides respite for parents. So we did that.
Yeah, that's kind of we're going back to the.
The thing is, it's not something I told you. It's not something you go. You don't do it to get praise. So
it's private.
Yeah,
it's private, and it's never been mentioned here before. But it's factual. It's also factual that my friend Barney, who I work with in the chapel for nearly 10 years, has a Down syndrome older sister that I trained with her mother every Saturday. And the fact that somebody, but if you know these things, you're not so stupid about your comments. Because you see, you have personal experience with these sort of things. You know what I mean? You have a little bit more of a personal experience, and you should be careful. But if you're going to accuse somebody of something so ridiculous, you better show the receipts. And what's priceless is people in this group were like, you know what? Share it. Show us what happened.
Yeah.
And he wrote down an essay like response. In the essay, it says, "I'm not going to spend any more time on them."
I don't have the time for this. But you just wrote like this. Literally, you had to scroll so many times to get to the bottom of it. So, well, you've got time to write all this fucking essay, but you can't go into your saved folders and get the picture. The thing about it as well is, I mean, like, it's hilarious. Is as you say, he caused a lot of this damage himself by creating the feud. I mean, it was a review, and I think in the review I did say, there were issues with the piece, and I think one of the comments that annoyed him was, that the elements of it looked like he reused elements from other sculpts he's done in the past.
Yeah,
and I think that's the case. But the thing about that as well is artists do that. There are Prime 1 pieces where you see same things on the base and whatever, same head sculpts used for different characters. But, the point is he created this feud, and then he went away and did all what he did. And then, as I say, all the companies approached us. They they came out and they told us all these stories. So when I think it was like Queen Studios potentially, he did like a really bad Venom thing or a Spider-Man Venom thing or something, which never got made. And I was talking to the guy who I do talk to, and I just said to him, you know, I just saw your latest piece, and he said, "Oh, what do you think about it?" I said, "It's hideous. It's horrible." And he mentioned about Sosa, and I said, "To be honest with you, I've heard so many bad things about him. I'm surprised you're working with him." And that was a comment to them, and I've said it to other people where they've asked about him, and I said I wouldn't work with him. From what I've heard, it's too many stories for it to be a coincidence or for people to make it up, because it's exactly the same, same things that people say.
Yeah, but what you're talking about there, Alex, is a conversation between two people, a verbal conversation between two people. You're not talking about writing up on boards, going after, like, reaching out to clients of his that may have employed him and dropping them all this kind of information in writing and trying to get him into any type of fucking trouble. Somebody is asking you for your opinion on something and you give it. That's what any normal person does in that situation. You know what normal people don't do? Normal fucking Christian, Mormon, servants of God people, you know what they don't do? They don't fucking throw their child under the bus to try and either destroy or hurt somebody else or to excuse behaviors they've done. Take some fucking accountability as a man. It's over a statue review. You live with that, lad. You fucking live with it. That's what caused this. Let's not pretend to be anything else. Got nothing to do with anybody's child. And I send an open invitation to any person out there, any person that's got on the wrong side of me about any arguments. Show me attacking your child anywhere. If you can, I'll fuck off. I'll never be on any RaddTitan anything ever again. Show me, because it doesn't exist. Because no real man does shit like that. You leave families out of business. It's not their concern. Not anything to do with anybody. And the truth is that I don't even hate Eric Sosa. I don't even think about him past his work. It comes up on show every now and then, the sculpt, and it's either good or we don't like it or we really like it. You can scroll through the chats and watch it. There's plenty of videos of us saying how fucking awesome. Last week was the Punisher, wasn't it? The Punisher that he did with the gun.
Maybe last week or the week before, yeah.
We're salivating over that work. So what the fuck is the problem? Is it only because when it's negative you can't handle it? I don't understand. Don't fucking bring your child into this, man. Don't fucking go down that nonsense. And he could have sent me that in private, but he decided to send me loads of it and tried to dictate to me and put in the PMs about what I need to do now, and that's not to talk about him and not to fucking discuss this. He tried to silence me, started this argument, and then tried to silence me.
Yeah,
which is just like, why are you bringing us up if you don't want to discuss this, bro? Why do it? And obviously, why do it there? How cowardly do you have to be to start it into a group that we can't even answer in?
Well, he said it to your face and publicly as well.
If he said it to my face, see what happens.
Small group.
Say it to my face and see what happens.
Apparently, to be fair, Alex once told me my kid looks like Chunk from the Goonies. Poor little baby Ruth. And then Alex says my kid looks like Alf. Okay.
So you.
Queen Studios, Venom, and Spider-Man. But from the way this is worded, yes, they said about my kid.
They, yeah.
And then it says the bearded. Then it changes it to the bearded guy. So,
yeah, but listen. I said it last week, and I maintain it. If you say RaddTitan, you're talking about me. If you say they, you're talking about me. And listen. Yeah. I don't mean to be rude either. I don't mean to be rude, but don't fucking say it about you either. And don't say it about you to me, because it's the same outcome. There's a lot of things that somebody could say to me about you that would be true. And I'd be like, yeah, but don't ever say that, because I know it.
Burden of proof is on the accuser, not the accused. So moments he did not post proof, but an essay instead, and one where he was trying to brush it off. Yep, instantly becomes a piece of shit. A post like this comes from a dark place.
Yeah.
I'm sorry this was dropped on you. It's not right. Happens, man. How you doing, Glenn? Good to see you. Sorry for the misspelling. It's all right. I think I picked up what you're saying. All right. Well, let's move on from there anyway.
It's just sad, man. Anyway, and
really
the same thing. The same thing. And I started off feeling really angry to start with, like violently angry, like really fucking pissed. And it happened first thing in the morning. I see this, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And before coffee, yeah, rightly said. But then my anger went to something else, and then I just felt really fucking sorry for him that he would do this. I felt like really bad. Like I was thinking to myself, my God, how can this person hate us so much to try and make something like this up?
Yeah.
Because I always come from that place, when like women, like when football players or something are accused of like some horrible thing, and then it comes out and there's like, no, that didn't happen. And you're like, where does that come from? Where does that come from? You're thinking to yourself, where does that fucking venom, like to try and fuck somebody's life up, where does that come from? And then you just look at him and you think to yourself, like, over a fucking statue review, bro. Over a statue review. Is that it? Is that what this is worth? Just because what you didn't like the Wolverine? Or you say sometimes he adds muscles that don't exist on things, and anatomy-wise, there's pieces that have got good examples of that. And there are other pieces that are stunning and spectacular. And we're on film saying so. And even after what happened with the prototypes, I still went out and I bought Akuma with my own money. And I reviewed Akuma with my own time. And we both said lovely things about it. So where's the fucking line here? Is it just you want to focus on the negative or what?
The Ithaca Wolverine as well.
The Ithaca Wolverine, the best Wolverine. I maintain. I say it's the best Wolverine out there for me.
Yeah.
But it's his Wolverine.
Well, I still like the one he worked with Danny Hines on. So, yeah.
We shouldn't go into that though, should we? Let's not talk about that little fucking chestnut. But do you know what I mean? This is my point, man. It takes that's a great comment. It comes from a really dark place. And this is a man that's meant to be like a servant and a close to God. So I hope he can find fucking peace, because I'm telling you now, if I used one of my 3 sons to excuse my shit behavior online, I'd be fucking embarrassed. I'd be ashamed of myself. Ain't never gonna happen, because I just fucking man up, be like, yeah, I fucked up. And I have many times. Listen, I've gone for people, I've lost my patience, I've lost my rag, and it happens. I'm not saying I don't make mistakes. But Jesus Christ, man, that's next level fucking trying to fuck another man up. Hope he finds God, bro, but quicker than he fucking seems to have found him now.
That's the main point, though. It's just about. That's the thing. Is when I read it, I was just like, first of all, I was like, that's not something we would ever say, ever, And then I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm just trying to think, has he misunderstood something we said along the way? Has he?
Yeah,
I'm just trying to think. Has there been something we've said where it's been taken the wrong way, or And then I'm like, no. I mean, never mentioned someone's kid like that. No. And then, after a while, I was, I was just like, that's just really sad. It's just really, really sad.
Yeah. When you were at school, like you mentioned someone's mum, you're fighting. It's just how it is. You go to school, like there's a lot of insults that you can get away with. But if you mention someone's mother when you're at school, you're having a fight. It doesn't matter if the kid cannot fight for shit. It doesn't matter if you're bigger, stronger, faster. It doesn't matter. You mention another man's family in that environment, you're fighting. And I think that continues all your life. I mean, even we have been friends. We've been friends all my life, right? Since I was about 5. And even when we get a little bit, we have a drink and all that. And if mothers or like our insults go too far, you have a little quiet word and say, that's enough of that now. Because even for us, there's a limit. And I think when you're a dad, don't fucking talk about another man's kids, not ever, not about nothing.
Yeah.
They just don't do it. No, I don't give a fuck what it is. Whether they got a fucking wonky eye or a bad haircut, leave that shit the fuck alone. Don't even mention it to anybody, because that's a serious problem. Like I said, I have 3 sons and you have a baby fucking son. I've got three boys of my own. I wouldn't tolerate that being anything about them being said anywhere. So, this is the problem. Is I know it comes from a horrible place. That's my problem. It just comes from a dark. Like I really want to say something horrible. And it's about excusing my behaviour rather than. At first I thought it was just an attack, and then I was like, "Fuck! It's actually an excuse for shit." Yeah, that's a good point, actually, babe. Yeah, Jenny just said, if this happened in the past, why is it only being mentioned now? Why is he waiting for another group to kick out, like to give us a bit of shit over a few weeks? Because you're going to XM. This is where this is basically originally started from. You're going to XM Studios, and now all of a sudden we abuse disabled children. That's how quickly it's escalated on a week-to-week basis, which is just madness.
Man, well, fucking. There you go. This one.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he can do some magnificent sculpting work, and we talk about his shit on here all the time. He can have the airtime. I don't know if he likes conflict. I don't know what his fucking game is here, but you don't say that to another person. You don't say that about other people, man. You're gonna have to back that up with receipts. You're gonna get fucking bad things gonna happen. I don't know, to hurt us, to fucking damage us, to gain sympathy in a group where we can't defend ourselves. We can't even argue back. Can't even say, hold up a minute, and share our receipts, which we have loads of screenshots of him saying horrible shit about us, calling us all kinds of names. We can't even get into it because we're not in that group. So it's like a free reign to say whatever you want. It don't matter. Anyway.
Yo, Alex, have you still got that Wolverine bust? I've got one of them. I haven't got the Sideshow one anymore. I've got the co-signature collectibles one, which is fucking really, really tall, actually. I think it's about 27 inches tall. The fins are really big. I've still got that one. I've had that for a while.
Like that converted Marvel one, isn't it?
Not as bad, but yeah. The I nearly unboxed the Alpha 3 Spider-Man today.
Oh, nice.
I was going to go for that. I was going to get it out, and then I realised it won't fit next to there because I had the shelf above it. USFC, the Ultimate Statue Fighting Championship. I'd watch. Mad Predator are all Sideshow Magneto custom head spoken for. I think I only just went out for pre-order.
It's only gone up, mate. It's like William Kitts is the geezer that's behind that. Alvaro Stuardo, I think, is the sculptor, and Luis Villamar is the painter. So I've just given you 3 little nuggets of information there. So go reach out to the people you need to, and go reach out to the people that you need to, and try and grab one.
Regardless of what he produces or has his hands in from this point on, I will not buy or support. Easy way to make yourself and your work dead to me.
Listen,
we're not telling you not to buy anything. I mean, if something comes up and you want it, get it. It's just
don't ever fucking feel like that's necessary here. This is this place here, RaddTitan place here, is about you. Don't worry about any of that. Don't even consider anything like that as an important thing for us. Don't take on another person's grief and bring it in your own. Life is hard, man. Life gets fucking tough. It's full of challenges and obstacles to overcome. Other people's shit, not your problem. I appreciate the kind word and the support. And honestly, it means a lot. It means the world, truly. But the one thing that we will never do here is make anybody that's watching and supporting us go after another human being. Don't fucking worry about it. We won't give it an ounce more of thought. We have to address it here because it's been mentioned. Our name's been thrown out there in a public group with a horrible fucking thing to say.
Is that thing about like you never win? There's always an angle, isn't it? It's always like, well, they didn't talk about it on their chat, so they must be guilty.
Exactly.
Or, oh my God, look how petty they are. They spoke about it for 20 minutes. Oh my God, I told them not to talk about me again. Either way, you lose. And
Jenny's calling me to help. I'll be back. I'll be back.
All right. So this is then going to go into the kind of XM side of things. So I did a batch of questions which I emailed off probably about 2-3 weeks ago to kind of get it ready. Actually, no, not 2 weeks, but must be about 10 days ago. So I emailed that off, and I then sort of sent that across to say, hey, you know, if you want to get something together for your group because you've got a lot to say, let me know. Make sure there's nothing about you know, direct pre-orders, like specific pre-orders, because I will be asking about those anyway. I'm going to be getting a plan for the releases. I'm going to be getting a plan for the factory. I'm going to be doing that anyway. So don't worry about doing that because that's just a waste of time. And I'm not addressing things individually. I've only got a certain amount of time, so asking for all at once is the way to go. And then you kind of say like, so this is the individual who I went to. They've submitted the questions, and it's just, you know, they're making out like, again, they're this white knight, all this business. Every video we do now, they're doing a reaction video too, which is great because it gets us views, whatever. But it's just this one thing now where, you know, they've submitted the questions, and when you look into the actual first, you know, bunch of questions, it's like, are you're not really looking out for the people when you're asking these questions. You're just trying to be antagonistic, and you're trying to be difficult, and you're just trying to be, you know, a certain way. So when you kind of put up the questions that they sent across, it's like, and he's specifically put his name on there to say, this is my question, to say, you know, I'm not scared of RaddTitan. Look at me, I'm going to come here and address this, and I'm going to ask the difficult questions like a big man. So it's like literally the first question, which is, you know, RaddTitan, invite RaddTitan to conduct this interview in person at your Singapore location. Was the trip fully paid for by XM Studios? It's not really relevant to the whole thing. And I did cover before that XM are paying for this. The point about flight, hotels, and hourly pay is, you know, the hourly pay side is none of your business. Is like, you know, if I'm getting a fee to go there, it's pointless. And the point about this all as well is this is a marketing cost which companies write off anyway, so it's not really something that's going to cover anything in that way. And then you also look into if so, how much are the total expenses, and how much are the collectors expecting to regain trust when it's rumored you have financial troubles, and now upon investment bailout, you spend this as your new funds. Could this interview have been done remotely? That's actually something I've said. It could have been done remotely, but, you know, if they want to invite us over there, I think that's a better way to conduct the interview for ourselves. And there's a better way to do it overall. The point about it is, it's, you know, the cost of this is very minute in the scale of a business. And then it's about reaching out to a larger community base. The point about that as well is going through these, I don't even know how many pages of questions. Nearly every one of these questions were on my original questions I've sent through. So there's not really anything added by these going out. And I asked our moderators, and I've asked people in the community for these questions anyway, and they've provided useful questions. The next part about it as well is, you know, again, his question. And it's set up in like a way of, you know, sensational media where it's just an antagonistic question, and it's set up just to cause a problem, which is, you know, it's asking about legendary beasts. So it says, as per your last public interview dated collectors were told a possible second interview would be conducted where you'd possibly address concerns collectors were having with previous relationships with legendary beasts, which I would address. My question is, with all the issues collectors were experiencing with quality control on the Hulk, which QC was your responsibility, why did you not do more to address and help the customers and distributors who face multiple issues with release? Again, this is quite an attacking question. And, you know, if you're there to ask these questions, the kind of answer that they have is an assumption that XM didn't do anything. So, you have to go in there and ask an open question to kind of get that side from XM. Otherwise, you're just accusing and blaming and casting guilt. So these are his first questions. And it's just like, you're really there for the community when you're just trying to make the kind of interview, difficult and trying to get XM probably to shut down before they've actually started. And I just think it's just, this is just the way the guy goes. And then it's all about, all the questions are quite repetitive anyway. There are a few in there that, I could have incorporated into some of them, but most of them were about, this is, where's my this, where's my that, what's the timeline for this, which I did ask him that I'm going to do that anyway. How long till everything's back to normal? This sort of thing was asking anyway. When will you put a list of revised shipping? I told him not to include. So it's just all stuff which, again, it's just a waste of time and a waste of opportunity, really, especially when, we're going over there to ask these questions. We're going over there to address the issues. And you got this guy who's not going and he's just trying to cause problems, trying to make it all about him and trying to make it so he's got some kind of foot in this when, if he wants to do an interview yourself. Ask the questions yourself that you want to ask and do whatever you want to do. So I don't have a question for XM. So I don't have a question for XM. I just want to give him a little slap and say, get your shit together. You are one of the best studios. Yeah. As a collector's world's turn, my feelings have nothing to do with what he brought to you, but how he used his son, I think it was it? But so these are the questions that came in. But again, I'm going to be using my questions, going to go through it, and the questions we got, if we were to ask all of them, especially these repetitive questions, we'll be there 3 days asking questions, and everyone's going to go, oh my god, you got like a 4-hour interview. Why can't you just edit it down and do this? And no matter, also, this is set up as a trap where his question of, the first one, it's none of your fucking business, all these points here. It's not really relevant to the situation anyway. But, if we don't answer it, or if we don't answer it, he's going to say, oh my god, they're avoiding the question. And if we do answer it, he's going to go, oh my god, they wasted the money. So it's typical trap kind of way of asking it. And the whole thing about it is, when I was in uni to get my dissertation, I actually wrote a piece on how the media shapes certain things. So it was about how media fuels terrorism and how media shapes policing. So it's two different parts. And this is, by doing that, you kind of see how things are used. And no matter when you do things, no matter what you do, there's always an angle of how they're going to attack you afterwards. So it's totally blatant and it's totally obvious. It's all just been set up in that way.
Is this the questions that were submitted from? What's he called again?
Godino?
No. What's the chant, like his thing? The group. What's it called?
Everyday Collector.
Right, okay. So I'm gonna actually call it. I'm gonna call John now Stargazer from now on, because it seems to me like he seems to be. I went through his channel after I got sent this question. I thought I'd have a look at his channel, and it basically says cold hard truths of like statue collecting. So I'm going to give you a couple of cold hard truths for yourself, which is the channel basically is built on piggybacking off other people's shit. So it basically, in views wise, it's shit. RaddTitan fucking beef goes up. Shit, PCS beef get a little bit of like thing. Then it goes room tour, somebody else's awesome collection, get some views. Room tour, other people's work, get some views. Room tour, other people's work, get some views. Shit. Beef with somebody else. XM now, beef with somebody else. His whole channel and perspective is built around causing trouble with other people. Otherwise, no one's got any interest in anything that's going on. Looking at the channel, it literally is loads of people's room tours, and then no one's got any interest in anything he's got to fucking say. And what I found hilarious is that this fucking question, you've got people out there who have got debts with XM. They're like got fucking owed loads of stacks. Some people have got like 30 pre-orders here. You've got people that have bought an entire line. You've got all these things going on. You've got XM's investors to talk about. You've got XM's silence to talk about. You've got XM's communication and what they've listed, why the fucking fake painting stuff. There's so many things to talk about that will actually help others. But instead, he wants to. His first question is, "What is XM? What is RaddTitan getting to come out there?" That's his question. So what does that mean? He doesn't give a shit. Is that what that means? Does that mean he doesn't give a shit? All the people that he's supposedly Robin Hood about, I'm out here for you. I'm going to fucking make it. Like, what happened to all those guys? That's his question. It's got his name next to it. That's his question.
Yeah.
He said more about
visions.
Any of that.
Your visions just come in saying, I think John put out good content and we don't rock like that anymore. But I can say he put out shit. I can't say he put out shit. The thing about you, so your vision is he hopped on your problems and used your problems repeatedly, for the shredder, and he got you wound up about that whole situation. And I think that's the case. He basically you went off about the shredder. Then when Ant was responding to you, you went from I want to drop the whole line, I want my money back, I want this, to being, oh, actually no, there's actually a really good line, I'm going to keep it. So yeah, John, I think jumped on board that shredder thing. Like,
but this is what I'm saying. He's like one of them feeder fish underneath a shark or a boar or whatever they call them. He's trying to fucking, like, he thinks that drama is going to get you some sort of recognition of some kind. And to be honest with you, it's just not worth it. All he's doing in the short term may get a little bit of bump here and there, but in the long term, you're actually alienating all the companies from wanting to work with you. Yeah. PCS will have nothing to do with him now. XM Studios, after all of his latest videos, will want nothing to do with him now. So all this, like, fucking, do you know what I mean? What are you doing? What are you trying to do? What it seems like you're trying to do is anybody's got any issues, you want to jump on it and make yourself relevant for it. But why do you care about what they're paying for? Why do you care if, like, they're paying for your flight? Why is that important? At this moment, why is that important when everything is going on like it is? You have a million things to ask, and that's what you want to ask.
That's his first question.
How can anybody think that he has your best interest at heart if that's his question? Answers below. Answers below. Tell me how that question helps you. Any of you who are basically waiting on these orders, any of you that have cancelled, do you not want to ask the question, people that have cancelled their orders, can they get them back? No questions asked. Don't you want to ask the question, why have you been quiet? Don't you want to ask the question, how much have you got invested? Were you in financial trouble? What's the situation with this company, that company, your distribution? What are you going to do about the distributors, the situation that's happening there where you've cancelled orders, you can't do this, can't do that. There are a million things to ask that's going to help people. Why the fuck is it important to ask, what is it that RaddTitan are doing? That sounds like somebody that's focused far too much on somebody else instead of themselves. When we got into this community, when we got into statue collecting, we didn't like the landscape very much. Let me explain. We got in about 12 years ago. We didn't like the landscape. We spoke to people. We couldn't get any information. Nobody wanted to share anything with anybody. If you had a contact painter or fucking somebody who was making like custom parts or somebody that was doing alterations or somebody that was doing repaints, nobody would give you that information. You weren't getting any of that. They were very closed, and all the reviews were, this is the best Wolverine, this is the best Magneto, this is the best Street Fighter.
And then it'll be up for sale 10 days later.
And then it'd be up for sale 10 days later. And it was basically like there was no honesty in the community. It was all about protecting your investment, and nobody said anything. You had like camps that were PCS, you had camps that were Sideshow, and it was like basically fucking warring amongst each other all the time. We come into the landscape and we were like, you know what? We don't like how this landscape is. So you know what we did? With fucking 0 subscribers, with 0 support of any kind, we went out there and we tried to make a difference. We tried to change it because we didn't like it. So we tried to change it. We didn't bring 100,000 people from a different platform, from like MySpace over to fucking YouTube and help us out. We started from nothing. We didn't like it. We got off our ass and we tried to change it. Now, everybody shares everything as much as they can do. Information is just there for everyone to have, and reviews have never been more honest than they are today. And that's not just from us, that's from everybody. Everybody now is basically trying to give you the good and the bad and the ugly. They're trying to be honest for the most part. It's a much better landscape than when we arrived. So we went out and we tried to do it. So why don't you just go do this? If you don't like what's happened, if you don't like that RaddTitan have been invited over there, right? Make yourself important enough that you'll be invited over there. Starting arguments with all these companies for other people is not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you anywhere. You have to sit down with people, and if you're going to conduct an interview, you've got to give the good and you've got to give the bad. You can't literally go in and go, you're a fucking liar. I saw what happened with the PCS one. That was shocking performance. He just basically went straight off on them. He didn't give them a chance to answer anything. Now they're never going to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Great idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's grab some comments here. So I noticed that a long time about him. He's only for views. Don't get them fast enough. So he's trying to gain reputation by, as you said, Robin Hood in the community. But really he is toxic. This is why I had the thing with him on RaddTitan. Is I could see all this early on, and it was really bothering me. And even like last week, we did a video 2 weeks ago now. He did a reaction video to that. And then the video we did last week, he did a reaction video to that. This is like, the same thing's going to happen. As soon as we go over to XM, he's going to do a reaction video.
We're going to do a reaction video to this.
We will.
But that's going to get him the view he wants, Alex, because before that, there's none. It's like 120 views, 300 views, a room tour with a couple of thousand, and then it goes back to being shit again. He is irrelevant. I'm just going to call him John Stargazer now. That's his name. I'm not going to mention that fucking channel because, to be honest with you, it's everything that I'm against. He isn't out Robin Hooding so that the poor get better. He's Robin Hooding so that he gets something out of it. There's no benefit to anybody else. He wants to get the thing. I'm actually embarrassed. He's got 8,000 subs. He should have 8 subs, and 6 of them should be his family. That's how fucking bad his attitude is to everything. He wants an argument. Why? And you know what's worse? That fucking comment that Sosa did was on his group, right?
Yeah.
Right? Right. Now, if that's on RaddTitan, that comment, the next thing would be, you better give a receipt now, or I'm gonna remove you. You cannot make that statement without having to back that up. You can't do that in a group of like nearly 13,000 people. We will not allow it. If you make an accusation about someone on RaddTitan, you better have the receipts. Otherwise, I'm going to throw you out. So the fact he just let that roll on, that tells you everything. What he wants. It's exactly what he wants. Trouble. Even if it's not accurate or not correct, he's going to let it run because it's better for him. And that's what's wrong with it. Any decent person would have pulled that. They'd have gone, no, you need to give receipts on that, bro. Otherwise, you can't make that statement. That's exactly how it would have been handled in RaddTitan. The mods would have been like, what the fuck is this? It would have popped up. I
still remember when RaddTitan did reviews in their back garden. God, yeah, I remember those.
There you are. OG, baby.
Yeah.
12 years of this shit. But also, like I say, I stand by it. We didn't like it, so we changed it. And we fucking changed it. You're welcome.
Apparently, he did say that we're only popular because we put out short videos, is what he said.
That's great. So do it then. If it's so easy, do it. Again, a lot of chat, a lot of fraff, but no delivery. If it's so easy,
I suggest you send him a link so he can talk at the same time. What do you mean?
At the same time? What, the guy that basically puts up abusive stuff in his group that we can't respond to? You would like him to come over here and have some time with us?
Send him a link. Are you talking about sending him a link to the live stream or sending him a link to the interview? What are you talking about?
Dude, he give that guy nothing because that's what he offers us. Nothing. He allowed that he does these posts on the group that attack us, and then we can't respond because we're not even in there. Why should we give him anything? Alex, I don't even know why Alex would even ask him and his group if they have any questions. I wouldn't have given him shit. I would have said, "No, you're all right. You're black. You're blocked from RaddTitan. Why is that?"
You know, there's that kind of saying is about like, well, it's not a saying. It's like a situation where if you're like semi, popular at something or whatever, and you're in a room of 100 people, if 99 of those people are saying, you did a great job, well done, and blah blah blah, and then there's this one person who is criticizing you and saying what, then there's got to be some kind of useful knowledge in that reason why that person is not, interested or not, in the same thing. And it's to do with, like, obviously you do get like yes men and things like that. So there's that kind of element of, well, you're in that you're quite negative about RaddTitan, you're negative about XM, so maybe you've got an outside perspective, and there'll be some useful questions within that.
And what did you get?
That I haven't considered.
And what did you get?
I think like literally.
Is your ticket being paid for by XM? What are you getting?
Throughout the whole thing, they were all versions of questions I already had, and it was all about when's the shipping dates for this? How can we gain confidence back for that? And these are all things I've already covered. And it's like there was one. I'm just scrolling through as I'm talking.
Alex, that's the first question. The first question that has his name on it is that. If you took one question from every group, that's the first one you send. Yeah. That's the first one you put your name to that, and you send that on the very first thing. Really?
I'm trying to find, but there was stuff I could, like, I already had the question.
XM would even answer that question, Alex. If you sat there and you asked that question, would XM answer that question? Or would they laugh and say, who fucking wrote that? What idiot wrote that?
If I said to them, how much you paying RaddTitan?
Yeah.
They would just be looking at me like, what? It's not relevant, yeah. Regarding who funded it, my question, so Luke is coming in. Regarding who funded it, my question was similar. They had put themselves in this mess by mismanaging money, so it's not a good look flying you out there for an interview. So that's not on XM. So that's not on XM, not you. So that's on XM, I think it's meant to say. Well, the thing about it, again, is what I just said is, in the scale of business, to fly, myself out there isn't that expensive, really.
No.
And to pay for me to have a hotel for 6 days or 7 days or whatever it is, and to give me a per diem, it is a very minor cost. But then also, when you have a business, that is a marketing cost, which you write off from your taxes anyway. So there's not actually a physical cost to them. So it doesn't matter how much they pay me. It's not something they're going to pay for in the long run. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to ask them some stuff anyway, and it's, I will ask them.
I think it tells you. I think it tells you everything you need to know about a person. That's their question. Yeah, I know people who had fucking tens of thousands of pounds worth of statues.
Yeah,
they're the guys I want to ask fucking questions for. Do you think if Jem Mint went over to fucking speak to Sideshow and did an interview and he reached out to me and he said, "Have you got any questions?" You think I'd ask that question to Jem Mint? You think I'd say, "What are you fucking arranged with Jem? What? Why?"
Well,
whatever Jem Mint is doing, God bless him and good luck to him. Like anybody else that's out there making moves, at least I can respect him. He's out there fucking doing shit, putting out some good content, and he's fucking trying to make some shit happen. I can respect that. I can't respect this. Because it's just, you know what it is? It's armchair fucking judging. It's armchair. Sit on my fucking fat ass eating cake, judging other people. No thanks. Get up. Get in these shoes and give the fucking graph.
At the last convention, they paid for Jem Mint to fly out, and they paid for art to fly out. No one batted an eyelid then.
There you are.
So it just depends who it is, I guess. Who wants to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Where's XM Prowl? I'd like XM to ask Jim Min how he got so skinny.
He's doing some bits, man. Whatever he's doing his business. Fair
He was
play.
training. He was training. Yeah.
Yeah, good fucking fair play to him. I watch his content. I love it. I love his reviews. I enjoy it. His production value is very good. I won't have anything said like that it ain't, because it fucking is. And whatever he's doing, good. At least he's doing it. He's out there and he's making moves. So fair play. And everyone's got to go out and try and make the moves and try and do the best that they want to do. And you don't think sitting on your ass and just doing reaction videos to other collectors and fucking starting on companies and things. I don't think that's a smart bit of business for anybody. So,
all right. On a positive side, this is then we're going to move on to some of these. How long you got?
Go, I'm all right.
Okay, let's do like 20 minutes.
Glad this finally made it. I put these pictures in last week and it didn't make it onto it, and they're fucking awesome, bro.
I saved them last week, but I saved them in my fucking downloads. This is the Figurama Vampire Hunter D. This is more based upon the Bloodlust version, and this is really nice. It's really
this is Figurama, isn't it?
It's Figurama, yeah.
Why did you not stay there until we could have got this in hand? You fucking moron, bro. You're like, honestly, you're dumber than a fucking $3 whore you are. Big cunt,
this was before I went there, and yeah. But then basically, yeah, this is pictures by Kane Swiss, and
has he got it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well done, man. It looks fucking glorious.
I would like. I never got to see the prototype of this, which I was quite disappointed about because they didn't have it at the event, and I really want to see how big it is. I want to see the scaling of it, but it looks beautiful.
Stunning bit of work, bro.
And one of the things I always wondered about was the hand. It's a parasite, but the thing about it is they never discuss it in any of the anime or any of the manga. They never discuss where it came from. He's like they tell you like he's part of this breed or something, but they never tell you how he got it. They never give that story.
Mystique.
Yeah, but it looks amazing.
I mean, it looks to me like Kane's using his flash, and it still looks stunning, even with the flash.
Yeah, but he's got a decent camera. When you got a decent camera, you can use the flash.
Looks fucking decent, man. Looks really nice.
When Tyler takes pictures, sometimes I'm glad I don't have epilepsy because it flashes like a fucking strobe. But his pictures look amazing. The D statue is amazing. I just wish D himself was more prominent over the entire sculpt. Yeah, I guess the horse. Well, the horse reminds me of the horse from like Brave Star.
I love that fucking horse. I thought you were going to go with King Rao. It looks a bit like King Rao's horse.
Does he have a robot horse? He doesn't have a robot horse.
It's like dark and like, you know, fucking big like that. That's a big horse. I mean,
yeah. Well, in Brave Star is like the metal horse, and it just reminds me of that. But yeah, I ain't seen Bloodlust in a long time actually. I need to watch Bloodlust again because it's pretty good.
I don't know which one I saw. I think I saw the original one.
No, you watched the original 80s one you saw. You saw it at Wolfie's house.
Yeah.
I know exactly where you saw it. I was jealous. This is in the Iron Studios 1/10 He-Man on Battle Cat. This is really nice.
It is really nice, yeah.
Yeah. Come out really, really well.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Leon said it reminds me of the Shogun Batman horse. Yeah,
that's cool. A good shout. Yeah, that's probably right.
I want to say Virgil. This is Virgil from Devil May Cry, isn't it?
Looks really nice though. Does look nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is Kevin Lee's picture. Came out really nice. The battle cat looks like gecko or salamander lizard in a downward pose. Yeah, Virgil. Cheers, man. Devil May Cry 5. Devil May Cry 5. Looks very nice. This then is the Conan by PCS. I can't wait to show all these pictures. This piece.
You've seen the
we
proper
usually-
version of this yet?
I've seen it all. Yeah.
Oh,
The,
bastard.
this is sculpted by Franco.
Yeah,
and,
I heard that. Yeah.
And basically, I mean the full image. This is the statue, by the way.
What?
This is the picture of the
Zoom
statue.
in.
We
Alex,
used
you have
a
to send me
painter.
pictures. I need to see what it looks like.
We had a painter in Italy, and we were a bit like, oh, we need to speed this up because we need to get some promo shots done. We need to put up for pre-order. And we said, do you know any photographers around near you? And he goes, yeah, I'll get my friend. We'll sort it out. And he sent these pictures, and they are amazing. Like, such good pictures. And they blow any pictures out of the water that we have from our previous photographer. Really, really nice. So this is based on like the prize, is Marvel Comics version of Conan. The silhouette of the switches out for us plebs. What? The silhouette of the two switch out. Oh yeah, that. Yeah. That was a while ago. Yeah, I was trying to do like a bit of a tease.
You have to show me this, dude. Send me a picture.
Oh, Ledge. Oh, do you take good pictures? What's your name on Facebook? Is it Legendary Collectibles? I have to look it up. Send me the profile and I'll look it up because I don't really go through Facebook too much anymore. But if he's in USA, we are looking for a good photographer. This then, the Emperor, we've already shown that. This is the storytelling base. We showed that already. So you sent me
I
them
didn't send
today.
any pictures. It must have been.
After we sent them today.
No.
Then we've got the gargoyles. So this is the group shot of the gargoyles. So Bronx is just gone out for pre-order. So tomorrow.
That's the guy on the right. Isn't it?
Yeah, the guy on the right, and the dog as well. So they'll go up tomorrow. That's the measurement.
Yeah. Nice. Dude, I was a bit old when this came out, I think, but I remember it.
Yeah, I think it was just. I think we just missed it.
Yeah,
We just kind of same as Power Rangers and things like that. We just missed it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, like Goliath is pretty damn cool. And what's he saying? Oh no, okay. I thought someone was getting involved there. No. But it looks good, looks great, and you know, the whole diorama is coming along really nicely. Just Broadway and Bronx, and then the other ones are Goliath and Lexington. This one came up. I don't know if it's a custom. I don't know if it's licensed. This looks really cool. This is Princess Mononoke, and looks really cool.
Reminds me of that game I'm playing at the minute, Black Myth Wukong.
Oh, you're playing it? Is it any good?
I'm getting fucking killed, man. I'm getting killed. Fuck, I ain't even joking.
It's all about it's all bosses, isn't it? It's all patterns of how to beat them.
It's fucking well hard.
And
like the bosses are pretty like the guys that are around like fighting, they're okay, but the bosses are fucking well hard.
You get some massive bosses as well. Do you know what I did see? Some of the cutscenes are really good.
They are really good, yeah.
I saw a cutscene and it came up. I didn't know what it was. It just popped up on my feed, and it was about this creature where he bleeds gold. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't got there yet. I'm still like getting my fucking ass kicked quite regularly by the first couple of bosses.
Basically, what happens is the people capture him, and then they have him in their town as like.
I don't want to know any of this. Oh, shut up! I'm not interested in your version.
This then is the update from prototypes. So the next one is going to be M. Bison. They're only going to do this in quarter scale. I think it seems like they've scrapped.
They've abandoned, haven't they, the
6.
1/6 one?
Yeah, I think they've scrapped it. So that's next in the line. This
That's a very early fucking thingy, surely.
Yeah. Well, it's been 8 years and they've only released, was it 2-3 pieces, have they?
Yeah, it's quite slow going.
This thing is just like is all Sideshow pieces? No.
I don't think they are. I think that one on the right is, I think
that's Prime 1 on the right and XM.
Yeah, and Green Lantern, I think, is Prime 1 too. I don't know what Batman that is.
Yeah.
Is that XM?
That's Batman Samurai, yeah.
So yeah, so it's a mixture, it's an amalgam of all them guys. I think this is a beautiful display.
Do you know the really funny thing is that Superman is in do you know the shops were near me?
Yeah.
That Superman is in one of the shops there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I live in some little fucking coastal town and they still have a Sideshow piece there.
You make it everywhere.
I didn't put the other one up.
This is
I don't know.
This is I don't know.
Custom.
No, this is like it's like a Ryu and there's a like Ken and you put them together and they just look fucking awesome. I think they look brilliant. A bit stubby, a bit chunky.
Yeah,
but I like it.
I think it needs a little bit of finessing, but it's there. It's
they're a bit chunky, like Ryu and the Ken. They look like they're a bit chunky, like the proportions of them. I mean, it looks more like Street Fighter 4 sort of look. They're like fucking Street Fighter 4. They're well jacked, like short muscle heads and no elegance really to the physique. It's really just like big blocks of muscle.
What is this? This ain't Chris Bales, no.
I don't know. Someone shared this picture. It was fucking beautiful setup.
Nice.
I just thought it was awesome. And when I find things like this, I just want to share them on the group and show everybody how fucking awesome this is.
This is right in that. Yeah, it's really nice. And that's a big fucking display because that.
That Dark Side, yeah.
That Justice League versus Dark Side is huge. This then is the Sorceress.
This is the update from Tweety Heads, isn't it? So this is now that they've done the prototype paints for the Sorceress. She's looking fucking super, and she looks great. So
yeah, she looks really nice. And good to see that they're still kind of
cracking on
and stuff. Yeah. I was personally a bit worried about them.
Yeah.
This then. What's this one? This
is the Archangel variant from Sideshow. This is another one of their.
Oh god!
So this is the X-Force.
No, they did a variant. Oh god!
Yeah, they did. They did an X-Force version of this. I don't know if this is.
I was always going to come.
I think this actually has an edition size that was mentioned. I think the number is low. I think it's like maybe like 130 or something stupid like that. It's quite low. 125, I want to say. Go with 125.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Give me an F, please, Bob. Fettuccine.
Right.
You ever seen that?
All right. No.
Oh, it's from like Father Ted.
225.
How many?
225.
Wow, fuck! I was a fucking decade out. Shit. I don't think the actual main one is. What's the main one? What's the proper one? How many of them?
1,250.
Yeah, it's pretty big ES for them.
Yeah, so you said decade. Decade is 10 years, not 100, you dickhead.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said you were a decade out.
Tired.
All right. So...
I actually meant to say digit.
Well.
Give me a P, please, Bob.
Give me a P?
Yeah.
This looks nice.
Yeah.
I don't know where that one's there.
The Thanos one, isn't it? This is based off the Delotto.
No, but I don't know why.
This is actually a proper statue as well. This is finished. This
is based on the Thinker, and I think this is Venom 29.
This is a stunning statue, I have to say. It's a beautiful card.
I got this one in 9.8.
Yeah, it's a nice one, this, man. It goes with the switch out with the bladed arm and stuff. And there's different heads, like laughing heads and stuff. I really like this. I think this looks really fucking cool.
No, it does. Looks very
It's
nice.
gonna be big though. With that
Yeah.
base, big. It's a big old unit. You'd have to be a proper Carnage fan to have that one.
And then you got Daredevil.
Yeah, dynamic looks pretty cool. Early renders.
Yeah, I was gonna say these
Still cool.
needs a little bit of work, but yeah. Emma Frost. Anime looking.
Like an angel.
And you got Galactus, which we showed last week, but I've seen where it's from now, and yeah, that's quite interesting.
Might be a problem now, Alma.
Might have a bit of a problem now, yes.
I think that looks fucking a bit special, doesn't it? Them two together like that looks so fucking cool as well. The flow of it's really nicely done.
It's got to be well deep though.
I'm assuming so because the board is coming right out. So I think you're looking at 2026 maybe deep. 26, 28.
Oh man, no,
you think more?
We showed this one last time. This is the Frosty version.
There's more
Frosty version of this one.
Yeah, there's a couple of versions of this I've seen. No, I think this is last level Iceman.
Yeah, but we showed one last time. It was clear.
Yeah, this is a bit of a different one. Yeah.
Has he got lights in his eyes?
No, I think that's paint, bro. I don't know. Very nice effect though. It looks really cool. That must be a light up. It has to be, doesn't it?
Or is that UV?
I don't know, dude. It just looks so cool.
That's UV.
Yeah, maybe. Looks very nice though.
No,
I quite like the sort of action, but not museum. It's very cool. Very good.
King Shark. Shark King, they call this one, sorry.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a difference. I'm assuming they're English. Excuse me. It's late for me. I'm getting old.
Oh, that's quite nice. The bust. Sorry. King Thanos head. Actually, sorry, whole body.
Looks a bit squatty.
It does actually look a bit dumpy. And another cannon, so another Ryu there.
I've seen this before. This must be one of yours. Looks very cool.
Yeah, this one just popped up on my feed.
Nice. Yeah, I like it. Nice.
Again, I'm not sure if this is licensed or if it's custom.
I'd have to piss in the wind and see where it lands, bro.
Well, I put it at the end anyway.
Listen, you can only fuck with the cock you got, bro.
This then is the Savage Dragon.
Yeah, this came out really nice.
Like it.
Can't remember who's our boy that took these pictures. He's actually sent. That's the picture I asked for. I bet he's like, what display do you like?
Steve Pasquale, but it's not Pasquale.
So don't call him that, man. You fucking idiot. That's great. Or whatever it's like. Looks fucking cool though. I like it with the shotgun and the fist for me.
Yeah, that's
you get like loads of options, man. You get like fucking 2 handguns, a baton in one arm, a fucking shotgun in one arm, 2 fists. But you get 2 heads and glasses you can add to each head. So one head's got like a serious face and one's got like a smirk. You can put the sunglasses on either head.
That's really nice.
That, yeah, it looks fucking well cool, man. If you're a fan of this sort of character, then right up your street.
I don't really know him, but I remember like in the 90s seeing him around.
Yeah, definitely seen him. It weren't anything I read though, but I definitely remember catching him. He reminds me of Ronnie Coleman. Like, if it's like when Ronnie Coleman was a police officer, he looks like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
Even the face a little bit, to be fair.
What's this?
Oh, that's the Thanos from the group that we're both in. That's the Thanos that they made.
Oh, what are these all elements from the base then, I guess?
Yeah, they're all the base elements and the 2 portraits. And you know the one where he's got like he's like a half arms crossed, and he has his hand and it's like on his face, like he's thinking. So they're the 2 portraits in that. So,
but you haven't actually got a picture of the Thanos, though.
No, I have. We shared it ages and ages ago, but this is obviously now. This was like a teaser. They got it in hand, like the prototype. So,
because the colours are like quite light compared to normal.
Looks a bit pinky, doesn't he?
He looks a bit like a flump, like a marshmallow. I don't know if they got him in America. It's just a coloured marshmallow. There we go. I've done it. Fucking hell.
Some sauce.
Jesus Christ. All right.
When you come back from your trip, I'm hoping that now I'm not going to have any more fucking of this shit that I'm going to have to talk about.
Oh, there'll be drama when I'm gone.
I don't fucking have any intention now of like having discussions about what people send other groups, bro. I can't be fucking dealing with like children shit like that. And I can't be dealing with people that will leave shit up with no receipts and let that sort of shit be spoken. And I got no respect for that kind of shit. So,
Yeah.
nah. That door is firmly shut now after doing that. So after pulling that kind of shit, there's no fucking way. There'll be serious words there as well if I bump into some people. But I don't agree with that kind of process. Somebody makes a statement about you, like, you know, online or anywhere, they better come with receipts. Especially if they're doing it.
Well, we had someone the other day posting, like, don't deal with this person because of da 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 da. And straight away our mods were there and they go, you know, where's your screenshots? Where's your proof?
Yeah.
The guy didn't have it, he got deleted.
That's it. If you can't fucking back up what you're saying, you can't just come on public group with people on there and start fucking with people like that. If you've got something to say, just back up with whatever it is that you're screenshotting and sharing. If it's going to benefit the community in some way, then it's all cool. If you've had a shitty experience and you've done everything above board,
wait and see what crawls out of the woodwork while Alex is there, and once he's back again, yeah, they'll try. I mean, again, this is like, you know, there's a lot of channels out there where they wanted to be the one to go and do this interview, and
oh yeah, it all stems from that, but that just makes it worse. For me, that just makes it worse. Get off your ass and do it. Just go do it. You can't turn around and look at us in the situation we're in and think that we had any such leg up in any situation. We made it happen. And now this is the fruits of it. And if you don't like it, make it right yourself. Get off your ass and get it done. If you want to do it, you want to be invited, and you want to go do that, get yourself a good reputation, do a good fucking job, be in the game for over 10 years, get the subs, get the following, get the respect, and then you can go and do it. And you can go and do it. We did it. You can do it. If I can do it and Alex can do it, anyone can do it. But you got to be prepared to go put in the yards. Otherwise, don't bother your ass then and sit there and judge everybody else and fucking just call them names and start shit. If you want to do that, that's what you want your channel to be about. But don't think for 1 minute that everyone's that stupid that they're not going to see through you. They're going to see through you. It's just what they may not to your face, but they know what you're about. Believe me. I've got fucking like hundreds of PMs from people about this shit, like chatting up and talking about it. So people do talk.
Of course.
They'll make it happen, man. If you want to carve it out, go carve it out. Go try it. You don't like the landscape, you don't like the decisions, you can change it. That's the great thing about this. You can go out there, get yourself a camera, get yourself the work, pay for your ticket, go out there and fucking make things happen for yourself. We did. Do you think we went over to all these countries and didn't put any money in our pocket and go and do it off our own dime? First time we went to XM Studios, we worked fucking 23 hours a day. Ask Alex fell asleep posting stuff at XM. I have the pictures, I have the receipts. I worked his ass like a fucking slave, I'm telling you. Like a fucking Egyptian pharaoh. I was whipping the shit out of him the whole time we were there. When everyone was going out for dinner, listen, everyone was going out for dinner with XM. Everybody was going out for dinner with XM. Me and Alex were sneaking away. We were going, yeah. And we came back into the con. We filmed shit, measured shit, twisted shit.
Stayed until 10 o'clock at night.
We stayed there as long as we could. We
went
did
back,
serious hours, right? All the other reviewers and things were breaking bread and laughing and joking and having chats with XM and everyone was tickling each other's nuts. We were out putting the fucking yards in there. You know why? Because that's what you do. It's time to work, go to work, get it done. We done it. We did the hard yards for years. And in fairness, Alex will go over there and he'll do the fucking hard yards again. That's why he's so skinny. He eats like a fucking horse, but he has to graft. He has to go. I send him 30 videos for one statue to edit. That's not easy.
Well, there's fucking 20 for the 12 or 13 for the other one as well.
That's it. But you go over there, man, and you do the business and talk.
Helmy's in here. Damn, they were tickling nuts. I missed out.
You were there tickling nuts too, Helmy. Don't even lie, bro.
I'd be good. Helmy, man. I was going through some old videos where on like a hard drive, and kind of pissed me off a little bit actually, because when I was working for XM, they asked me to do a bunch of videos. They asked me to do a load of reviews when I was in the gallery, and they asked me to do some Q&As, and they asked me to do some interviews with collectors. And one of the ones that they never screened was an interview with Helmy, and it really pissed me off.
Have you got
Really
it?
pissed me off. I do, actually. I found it the other day, yeah.
Share it.
Yeah. I should do, but it's about... I have to rewatch it, because I don't know what... Because it was about 2 years ago now, 3 years ago.
That's the hard thing about it.
Like,
You need it to sort of stay semi-relevant.
Yeah, and then there was like reviews.
It could be
around
like a
the
video where
gallery.
Helmy's talking about how efficient XM Studios, how good their communication.
Yeah, probably. Just yeah, ages like fucking milk, you know. But anyway, all right, I gotta go pee pee. I'll speak to you later on.
Right, man. God bless. Stay safe, everyone.
Okay, everyone. Bye bye. See you on the other side.